I want to talk to you about how to handle every coaching client inquiry with confidence. How do you actually handle everything with charisma, with panache, with confidence? So, here's a prologue to this conversation. So, if you're a coach, you know the feeling, that's for sure. That ping, that buzz, an email, a message, right? A potential client, yay, ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. It's really exciting. And you know what? Sometimes it can be discouraging, but the good thing is, it's profitability, it's potential revenue. And for those who are just starting out, there can also be a feeling of uncertainty. Let's say you are a neophyte coach. Questions like, how should I respond? Or what's the next best step for me, right? Now, it's important to really understand that you have to really think about these things, this relationship, this nascent relationship as a long-term relationship. And if you think about a long-term relationship, there are certain things you will do, and there are other things that you will not do. So it's important to really understand that navigate those waters, the waters of introduction to a new client, becomes much easier with the right tools and strategies. And so, into this conversation, I really want to give you a few hacks to really understand how to actually handle, how to get client inquiries in the first place, how to handle a new client inquiry, and how to follow up on a client inquiry. Because the whole thing is that if you think about having a long-term strategy, a long-term relationship, you are actually you have a different perspective. And it's really important to understand that the hacks I'm giving you into this conversation, those hacks are adaptable to every geography, every demographics, and every profession. But there are certain niches that are more open to others. I mean, for instance, if you are a life coach versus a fitness coach, you are going to adapt your strategy based on the client. And one thing for sure, if you want to really scale your clientele real fast, you have to be really consistent in applying the strategy I'll be sharing with you into this conversation. So things like word of mouth referrals, leverage social media, for instance, start a conversation, share your expertise. Those things, you don't need to actually be an experienced coach or a neophyte coach to actually apply them. It's just that what you need right now is to have a smart goal. You got to have a goal that's actually written down. Don't have the goal actually in your head. You got to have a goal that's written down so you have a clear idea how to proceed, and that's what you need. So let me give you the recommendations here. So how do you get client inquiries? First of all, think about word of mouth referrals. Okay, I mean, the most straightforward way to get new clients inquiries is to actually deliver excellent service, right? So what happens here is that when you actually deliver excellent service, you can turn your existing clients into referrals, because having word of mouth referrals is a lot easier and cheaper, by the way, in the long run, because your CPA, your cost per acquisition, will actually be lower. I mean, because see, when you're a coach or when you're a consultant or similar professions, your CPA is going to be consequential, because you are going to invest to invest in all kinds of promotion strategies to actually acquire clients. But once you have clients, the more clients you have, your CPA will go down. Okay, so you think of it as an economy of scale type of thing. When clients are placed with your coaching, they will recommend you to others. That's kind of cool in terms of word of mouth referrals. This is actually the essence of word of mouth referrals. Make sure you consistently offer value, and your clients will naturally spread the word. But it doesn't actually hurt to directly ask for a referral either. You got to be proactive here, okay? Because you're not the only coach. Your clients actually they are in an industry where you have a lot of coaches, and it's a very competitive field. The second thing you want to do here, if you want to get clients inquiries, you want to have a professional and user-friendly website. I mean, we've heard this before. Some coaches say, well, I don't really need to deal with websites, blah, 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 blah. That's really, you want to really stop thinking that way. A website is more than just an online presence. It's actually the digital front door to your coaching services. And I don't care how good you think you are as a coach. You got to have, these days, you got to have a website. Imagine during COVID. During COVID, like all of us were stranded, were sitting at home. Imagine if you didn't have a website back then. How would you survive? When potential clients click on your site, they look for answers, guidance, and assurance. So, what do you need to add to your website to ensure it effectively communicates your value and expertise? Well, you want to really think about four things: clarity, testimonials, informative content, and ease of contact. So when I speak about clarity, make sure your website clearly communicates what you offer and how it benefits the visitor. In terms of testimonials, displaying feedback from past clients provides credibility. It shows new clients the value you have brought to others. Also, have informative content through a regular blog post or articles that showcase your expertise and can also keep your audience engaged. And also ease of contact. Make sure visitors can easily reach you. That's very important. So one thing for sure, when we talk about having a website, I really want to insist on that because having a website is kind of critical, not only for the short run, but also the long run. Okay. In short, a well-designed website attracts and educates potential clients and instills confidence in your abilities, prompting them to initiate that all-important first conversation. Right, the first conversation. That's where you are going to. The first impression matters as well. So that's an important element. So basically, what you want to do here is that you want to actually make sure your website is actually your all-in-one platform that showcases your expertise, that also showcases what you have done for others. Okay, that's really important. And you can have a banner at the top of the website for a lead magnet, a great way to grow your email list and get more inquiries. And you also want to have a great first impression, like a professional photo, great design, and logo. You also want to really pay attention to caption. So the caption has to specify actually the coaching niche that you are in. So be very granular. The more detailed you are, the better. And you also want to leverage social media. So social media nowadays is essential, especially for coaches aiming to expand their clientele. So if you're thinking about, let's say, scalability, you gotta really you gotta dab into that social media thing. Using platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or even LinkedIn, you can connect with a wider audience or even go viral depending on your target audience. And here is how you can leverage those platforms effectively. You want to share knowledge, you want to interact, and you want to showcase results. So when we talk about sharing knowledge, for instance, you want to post articles, tips, and coaching advice, and you can do so for free. And this establishes you as an expert in your field. And you got to have that sort of thought leadership. You got to have you got to establish that sort of leadership. You also want to interact. Interaction is kind of important. So you want to, don't just post, interact, respond to comments, answer messages, and engage in conversations. This builds trust and a good impression with your followers. And also you want to showcase results. You want to share testimonials or feedback from past clients. And this provides potential clients with tangible evidence of your success as a coach. And they gotta see that. You gotta see that evidence, okay? So being active and consistent on social media can significantly influence potential clients. When they see your value and proactive engagement, they are more likely to consider your services. Let me give you a few pro tips here. How do you handle a new client inquiry? The first thing you want to do here is to actually give a prompt response, okay? Finally, the moment arrives, a new client inquiry hits your inbox, right? Your marketing efforts are finally paying off. So you want to give a prompt response. Don't try to razzle dazzle. Don't try to really speak forever and ever and ever. They ask you a simple question. You want to give a simple answer. They give you a short question. They give a short answer. I mean, a short but precise though. So the name of the game here is concision and precision. You want to be precise and concise. So time is of the essence, right? You want to respond quickly and professionally to every inquiry. I mean, every inquiry, every with capital EVERY. For example, you can say, thank you for reaching out, and then answer their question. And this initial acknowledgement really shows you value their interest, but also it allows to establish a good first impression. Remember, first impression matters, okay? And so you want to give a prompt response, but don't just give a prompt response and just stop there. You want to start a conversation because remember, an inquiry could lead into a new client, a paying client. So you want to start a conversation. Now engage. You are a coach. Start the coaching process before they have paid you. You want to ask a open-ended question. What are they hoping to achieve? Where do they feel stuck? Their answers will offer insights and help gauge if you are a good match. And that's the thing that you want to establish right off the bat, whether or not you are a good match. Because when a client reaches out to you, right, you also have to answer their call. In other words, you have to answer their question whether or not you are the client or you are the coach that they need at this time. So simply because the client that reaches out to you doesn't mean that they are a potential client. You still have to show up. You still have to be the best match for them, for the relationship to happen in the first place. This is a two-way street. If you really want to handle every coaching client inquiry with confidence, you want to share your expertise. I mean, the expertise is really important. I mean, whatever field you have acumen in, this now is the time to actually showcase that expertise. Remember, you actually maybe explain you maybe displayed your expertise on social media through your posts, through your comments, and now a client reaches out to you privately. Don't actually disappoint them, right? You want to really share your expertise. You want to show that you are a thought leader in the specific topic on which they reached you, okay? And here is where you bridge the gap between their needs, your client's needs, and your services. So once you have clarity on their requirements, you want to align it with what you offer. You want to discuss specific ways your coaching will address their concerns. It's also a good time to bring up any relatable success stories to foster confidence in your methods. In other words, your past history. And if you have some testimonials, that's kind of cool too, because everything that can really help establish credibility, establish like an extra layer of credibility, that's really cool to have. And you want to define the next step. Don't actually waste time, blah, blah, blah. No, you got to be really straightforward. You want to offer a clear next step. Maybe it's a detailed discovery call or perhaps an introductory offer. And so you want to leave them with a clear path forward. Each inquiry is a potential partnership. Think about it. It's a potential partnership for revenue. And each inquiry is an avenue for revenue. Okay. You want to handle it well, and you are on the road to another successful coaching relationship. And the more successful coaching relationships you have, the better it is for you and for your wallet, right? That's what you want to establish in the first place. So that's very important to think about. Let's talk about following up on a client inquiry, right? I mean, the thing is that stuff is happening and you just got a client who just reaches out to you. What do? Well, you laid out what you offer and the client seemed interested. 24 to 48 hours later, they still did not respond. I mean, this happened all the times. I mean, we've been there and it really sucks. But you can win back some of those inquiries. I said some, not all. Because listen, you're not perfect and that client actually maybe is not your perfect match. So how do you rekindle that spark, the preliminary spark? Well, promptness is key. So that's kind of important. So basically, getting back to potential clients swiftly is essential. Now, what I'm trying to say here is that I want you to focus on speed, right? It's not about just showing speed that you are desperate for their business. No, because you are a respected coach anyway. But swiftness is important to show the client that you value their business, but you value also their contribution. So aim for a response within the 24 to 48 hour window. This shows you value their time and are serious about your profession. Also, you want to show your gratitude, right? Start your response with a note of thanks. Let them know you are grateful for their interest in your services. Gratitude goes always a long way. That's something that, I actually we have seen it in our investigations. It's just crazy. So deliver what's promised. So if during your initial conversation you mention sending over more information or resources, ensure you include those in your follow-up, because otherwise the client is not going to take you seriously. And you also want to add a personal touch. So have you chatted with this person before, or have you already been on a discovery call? Recall a detail or two from your initial chat. So referencing specific elements of your first conversation shows that you were attentive and generally interested in their needs, right? Because the client knows that the potential client, the prospects, knows that you probably do those discovery calls a lot, and sometimes you might not listen to what the prospect is saying. But if you can show the client that you were listening in the first place, that you were really serious about what they were saying, their stories, their experience, you are able to rekindle that spark, the preliminary spark that you had with the client, and you can rekindle that spark real fast, and that's what you want in when it comes to handling every coaching clients that you actually have come across. If you want to actually get back to the client real fast, you want to tune into their pace. You see, the thing is that when we talk about clients, we're speaking about different species, okay? Folks are different. Every client is unique. Some might be weighing other options and might take a week to decide. Some might be ready to jump in immediately. So you want to gauge their timeline and adjust your follow-up strategy accordingly. And so you also want to convey honest enthusiasm. That's very important. Let the client feel, not the client, because that person is not a client yet. The person is a prospect. So let the prospect feel your genuine eagerness to assist and guide them, but always keep it professional, right? You're not really chasing them. You're not really desperate. You're not really like going after their dollars, whatever. You are there to add value in the first place. But if it all it takes to close the deal is to actually reach out to the client, why not? And you also want to send a reminder. So if a week or two goes by with no response, it's okay to send a gentle reminder. Everyone is busy, and sometimes emails or DMs do get overlooked. And you also need to continue following up. So you can follow up until you get a no. So it takes an average of 5 follow-ups to get a sale. So you're not really harassing the clients. Just remember that you're not harassing them. You are just showing interest. And remember, every client inquiry is a potential collaboration. So with the right approach to following up, you set the stage for a fruitful coaching relationship. And this is something that you want to have. But you can also try to use software, because the right software, the right coaching software, can simplify the process of scheduling appointments with both potential and current clients. And so this is kind of cool. For instance, you can have a calendar scheduling tool that allows you to customize availability for every coaching package and provide a visibility to your clients regarding their remaining appointments with you. So that's really important. And everything I'm telling you, you can do this in a very automatic way. That's what you want. You want to automate everything so that you can handle every client inquiry automatically, and you can do it. You can do so seamlessly. So that's kind of cool. So what's the quote out here? In today's conversation, I spoke to you about how to handle every coaching client inquiry with confidence. I gave you the prologue, the recommendations, the pro tips, and now the quota. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.